I'm ready this time for real. So, what's up, everyone? You are now tuned in to episode 70 of True to Size.
Is everybody ready? Are we ready?
Maybe.
You guys ready?
Send me that.
All right, let's
Getting ready to go.
Let's start now.
Send it.
Yeah.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to episode 70 of True to Size. We are a weekly podcast centered around the wild world of sneakers. I will be your host today. My name is Lawrence Hopkins, and I am joined by the rest of the team at Canada Got Soul, Mr. Joel Hernandez.
Yo.
And Mr. Alvin Martinez.
Hi there.
And we're joined once again by the reigning
Dun, 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 dun.
True to Size guest champion. And just a good guy.
Oh, thank you.
He's all right.
Don't be good, be great though, Phil. That is Phil Dos Santos,
And-
a.k.a. at Soul Purpose. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I just want to give anyone an update in case you've been asleep or in a coma for the past 2 weeks. But the Kawhi watch is done, so it didn't really work out if you're a Raptors fan. But it's fine. Moving along.
Have you been holding that in since
Onwards
it
and
happened?
upward. No, I
You're
just
like,
wanna-
I can't wait to be back on True to Size so I
Yeah.
can pull this joke out right out of the gate.
I just yeah. It's been anyways. Let's just go. Let's just go.
So Kawhi watch is over.
We're not watching anymore.
I can't wait to see him in a Raptors jersey next year.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Back
great.
to back, baby.
Hey.
We've got a good show for you guys this week. We're going to run through, I think, possibly my personal favorite fire round question so far. It was a good one. And it was a very slow news week, just so no one is disappointed in the lack of headlines there. But Philly is here, and we are here.
Yes.
So maybe we should just do some impromptu shoe haul planning tonight, since we were going to have the conversation after the podcast anyways.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
Oh, Fox News reference.
Thanks, man. Fox it, we'll do it live. But first, Alvin.
Fire round.
That was good. Have you been practicing?
No.
Oh, you
I
can
just
tell.
got really nervous.
You can tell.
Sounds rehearsed.
Thanks.
That's right.
I appreciate that.
We like to start every show with a quick hitting question from you, our listeners. And this week's question comes from Manny Amango.
Hola,
This is like
senor.
a two-parter kind of thing.
This
So
one
it's
was
part
the cool one.
EEE,
Yeah.
part fire round. But he says, "Sup guys, my name is Manny." I figured that from the Instagram name, but I'm glad he clarified.
Hola, Manny.
Hence
Hola.
the handle.
Yeah, they are connected. And he said, "I'm listening from Pinole in California." California. Okay. He says it's 25 minutes north of San Fran. Just want to quickly
True.
say, fuck Golden State. He says, just wanted to let y'all know that this is the funniest podcast I'm sub to. Like, y'all are hella hilarious. Two things. He's probably not subscribed to that many podcasts. Second thing, hella is very San Fran, isn't it?
He's going to stop listening after
Yeah,
this episode.
Yeah. I hope he's not a Golden State fan because we've been bashing them for a month. But his fire round question. He says, music and sneakers are one and the same. I was looking at my Black Cement 3s the other day and couldn't help but hear Respiration by Black Star. And when I wear any of my SB Dunks, I hear Electric Relaxation by a tribe called Quest. So what is one song you hear in your head when you put a shoe on from your collection?
Damn.
This is a pretty good one. And I think that everyone can kind of relate to that. Whether maybe it's not that shoe necessarily makes you feel that way, but maybe you heard that song when you were wearing that shoe in the past, or that shoe was in the music video for that song, or whatever it may be. Anyone have anything jump to their mind right off the top? For me,
Why don't you tell us
let
which
me
one it is
start.
for
Yeah,
you?
let me start and drag out an answer
Yeah.
here for you guys.
Let's do it up.
It's kind of a cheap answer, but it definitely is an honest answer. When I wear the JTH, the Bio Beiges, I hear Higher Higher by Justin Timberlake, which is the cheap answer because that's literally the song the shoe is based off of. And it says higher on the lateral medial side of the shoe. And for anyone who doesn't know, that album, Man of the Woods, he did a collaboration with like a ton of different brands for each song on the album. So Higher was Jordan, and then can't think of literally any other ones off the top of my head.
Levi's?
There was a Levi's one, which was I think
cool.
Flannel was the song. But yeah, so he did a collaboration
good
with
marketing.
it's very, very cool. Collaboration with a bunch of different brands for each song on that album. So obviously Higher, like MJ Higher. He did a shoe. So yeah, every time I put that shoe on, I just hear that song flowing through my head.
True.
Anybody got anything? It's one of those ones that I
Alvin
feel
has
like
something.
might be hard to think of on the spot.
Yeah.
But everyone has that, I think. No?
I don't have a song that comes to mind attached to shoes. Well, I might, but nothing's coming to mind, as you correctly assumed. But just for answering sake, I'm going to say the Space Jam 11s. And R. Kelly's I Believe I Can Fly comes to mind.
Nice.
And then I take off the shoes and send them to jail. Because they don't have shoes. They don't have shoes in jail, so I just donate them.
It's a good ass song,
That's
though.
good, that's good.
We're going to let that run a little bit while you guys think.
Are
Oh, you can't play this. He's
you
canceled.
seriously
You
playing?
can't play this. He's
I
canceled.
like this song, man.
Oh man.
Bro, don't.
Oh man.
Cancel.
Turn
Just
it
that
off.
then. Go ahead.
off.
Do you have an answer?
Yeah.
Give me one that I can play.
Black Cement Threes
There you go. Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
for Kanye.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
All of the
Nice.
lights.
Yes. When he's
Oh,
on
that's
top
a good one.
when he's on top of the police
On
car.
top of the popo.
Thank you for not choosing anything from Yeezus. Much appreciated from Yeezus. Thank you for not
What is
choosing
that?
anything.
What is
yeah.
that?
What
Yeah.
is that?
Yes, so in this song, he's jumping on the police
Yeah.
car wearing the black cement
So
threes. And they
crazy.
like, zoom in on it, and the
Yeah.
lights are flashing on the police car. Yes.
Super cool.
Joel, do you have anything for us?
I don't know the name of the song,
Well, that doesn't help me.
but when I wear my Chucks, like I always wear Chucks,
Mm-hmm.
I get that dun, 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 dun.
Oh, it's
What song is that? Is that Exhibit? No, it's
I
not.
have no clue
no.
what it's supposed to be.
E.
It might be the game.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Might be
I
one
don't
from
know.
one of the game tracks. I'll
Can you
find
do it one more time so everyone...
That dum 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 dum.
I know it. I know the beat. I just don't know the track. I can't remember.
It's
the
not.
track.
I know exactly, but
Philly
it's
knows
not,
what
it's
I'm
not coming to
talking
mind either. I'll
I have
try and
no
think about
clue.
it before the show's over.
All right, we'll think about it.
Yeah.
Please, if someone listening can think of it, us, because I have no clue what that is supposed to be.
I think it's the game.
I think it's Snoop. No.
You think it's the game?
If you would like to submit a question for the fire round and have us answer it on the podcast, please shoot us a message on Instagram or email us
It's
at
Tupac.
It's Tupac.
Oh, it is
It's
Tupac.
Tupac.
Yeah, I saw Philly thinking.
What's the song name?
Ambitions as a rider.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
that
it.
was a really bad impression of the song.
We'll keep
No,
it.
I got it. I got it.
You got it.
I got
See?
it.
We'll end the episode on that song
Okay,
because
cool.
I was just about to send to the CGS picks. Each week we all pick an upcoming sneaker to analyze, dissect, and give our thoughts on. Then we decide if it's poop, scoop, whoop-de-whoop, or Alvin's trademarked phrase.
Cute.
Cute. And rock, paper, scissors. I'll go first this week.
Oh,
Yeah, just switch things up a little bit, right? And my pick this week is going to start off an avalanche of Para collabs for us. But my choice is the Para Dunk SB Low, the retail version. We'll just throw that out off the bat. So I'm not sure how it took us this long to even pick the shoe because it's been floating around on the internet. And honestly, when I first saw it, I thought it was fake because it seemed like a weird collab at first. Like it doesn't seem like they would fit together. But the shoe itself is absolutely incredible. It's in mostly white upper with a quadruple swoosh that looks very 3D, and it's like the Chanel carpet material on the swoosh. The liner, the sock liner, looks like the pattern on the Par Air Max 1 from last year. And it's got the mini swoosh on the toe box, which just sets it off like crazy. These are set to drop this month on the 26th, I think is what I read. So I'm hoping that people forget that SBs were cool for a while and it just falls back into like the graveyard of shoes, so I can get these really easily because I do like these a lot. But yeah, so these are a whoop-de-whoop. I think it's been a while since we've used whoop-de-whoop.
Whoop-de-whoop.
But these are absolutely a whoop-de-whoop. Joel, you can go next.
All right, so continuing on with the paras, I picked the SB Blazer Lows. And just like the Dunks, it's got the all-white upper. It's got the quadruple chenille swoosh. It's got the liner, sock liner, continuing on to, from the Dunk. But the only thing that's missing is the mini swoosh. But fuck it, these are nice, man. But yeah, these are just like you, a whoop-de-whoop as well.
What do you prefer, the Blazer or the Dunk?
The Dunks, man.
Everybody in agreement with that, or
The Dunks.
The dunk.
Dunk for everybody?
Yeah, let's go dunk.
The badonka-donk.
Donks.
Alvin, speaking of badonkadonks, what do you got?
I got the Para X Nike SB Dunk Low Friends.
It's a really uniform this week. I like this.
Family. So this features it features a similar swoosh that the regular customer pair will get.
Regular customer.
Yeah, because you're not family.
Peasants!
Let's be real.
The peasant pair.
And then it also has right, and also has like a para on the what do you call it? Left the shoe. Sorry, guys.
You okay
Brain
there,
fart.
bud?
A little bit.
We had a big dinner.
Yeah,
We always have a big
itis.
Oh, yeah, man.
And then as opposed to like a white midsole, it comes with a gum midsole as well as a gum outsole. It's super, super clean. The upper itself is no longer white. It is now called a midnight turquoise, but it's like a navy, I would say.
It's a sick ass color, man.
Super, super cool. I wish I was a friend and a family of para, but these would be a scoop-de-whoop if I was a friend or family of one of them.
I
But
can agree.
sure.
So, of the two Dunks, what do you guys like better?
the white.
The white, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. The friends and family one's cool, but I feel like I would wear the white one so much more.
I think I like the family and friends one more, just because it's so different.
Yeah.
Like, not that the white one's not completely out of the ordinary as well, but I really like that. What did we call it? Midnight turquoise. And then on top of the gum is like so clean. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but the sock liner is what gets me, though.
Yeah.
The sock liner and the
On the
swoosh
white
Yeah.
is,
Just, oh.
There's no wrong answer. They're both
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah.
I hope they make socks that match the sock liner.
Ooh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree.
Imagine.
Skateboarding socks.
Para, holla at me.
Ooh. Would they be thick or would they be thin? Because the shoes already kind of...
Chunky.
I think they would be
Tick.
Tick.
thick.
Or what if they made
Just
chenille,
like we like them.
chenille socks?
Ooh. Those might be a little bit warm for
Sure.
skateboarding.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But I like where you're going with this.
Yo, that'd be crazy.
Phil, our guest of honor,
Uh-huh.
minus the honor.
Oh, whoa. This is taking
what do you-
an awkward turn.
What
but
do you
continue.
have for us this week?
This week I have the Nike Kyrie 5 Para... Oh, wait. Sorry. I forgot.
Soon enough.
I picked one that's
Yeah,
not
next year,
Para
next
Club.
year.
Yeah. They're probably holding off for the 6th. But
Yeah.
the Kyrie 5 SpongeBob SquarePants collaboration. Same Kyrie 5 fly trap on the upper, lockdown fit, the Zoom Turbo, and what I liked about the Kyrie 4 that they continued on was the outsole starts obviously from the bottom, but it curves up
Yeah,
along
it's
the
not like
lateral sides.
what do you want to call it? Like a 90-degree angle.
Mm-hmm.
It's curvy. Did you like that? Playing in it? Did you play in it?
I play in the 4s still.
Still.
I burnt through the Lucky Charms pair, and I have the black and white pair. I don't know what they're called. Ankle takers? Is that what they're called?
I don't know, man.
Probably.
There's no reason anyone should know that, but I burnt through those two, so I
Really?
need to hit up our good friends at StockX and buy a cheap pair of Kyrie 4s.
I was concerned, like, just looking at them because of the curved. It looks like the shape ups to me, which were obviously a scam. But yeah, I just don't know if I would trust a curve. Like, I need a little bit more support. Did you find it was still okay on your ankles, or
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, I like them.
So I have ankles like rubber. Like they're just like I'm Gumby down there.
We've played ball a couple times, and I only remember one time that you hurt your ankle.
Yeah, and we
But,
played 2 times, so
We played ball.
not a good percentage.
50% of the time, it's an injury. No, I'm just kidding. Knock on wood.
That was a hard foul, though. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't even me. I didn't get my ankles broken by anybody. It was a bad foul.
Snapped.
I got like
a twig.
I got Kawhi'd. Someone slipped under me, and I just yeah. Anyways,
Worse.
man.
Okay.
Anyways,
So,
yeah, back to the shoes. Now
anyways,
about my devastating career-ending injury.
So he announced this a day or two ago. I think the cool thing was that he's newly signed to Rock Nation Sports, and I think he did the first post or announcement through Rock Nation Sports, like on their IG account.
That's their first post.
No.
Oh.
It's his announcement. It didn't go through like Nike or it didn't go through a sneaker thing. It went through Rock Nation Sports on their IG, I think. But 5 shoes in the collab. 2 of them, I believe, are the Kyrie 2 low. I might get eat on this.
I think that's correct.
But and the other 3 are SpongeBob character themed. So obviously there's the Squidward one, which is what color is Squidward? Is he like
pink.
Coral?
He's not pink. That's Patrick.
Oh no, sorry, I was thinking about Patrick.
Yeah,
He's
Squidward
purple.
is like green. It's like
whatever this color. It's like a coral, greeny. You guys know what color
just
It's like
Squidward
mint.
is.
Make it like a dark mint.
Yeah, I don't have to explain.
We'll
You
call
guys
it teal.
know.
Dark mint, tealy dark mint. Yeah,
Tealy mint.
Yeah.
teal mint.
And then it's the tealy mint on the upper, and then like I guess it looks like a light bluish on the
like
the
a light teal mint.
the midsole
on the
outsole.
midsole.
And then our good friend Patrick, our favorite, is he slow? Or he just looks like that?
I think unofficially.
I don't watch the show. I'm sorry.
He's unofficially slow.
And I understand that's not politically correct, but
No, yeah.
you know, we're
We already played R. Kelly, so
we're all adults here.
bad episode.
So-
and
Oh no.
let's skip through that. Everyone's favorite is a starfish.
Yes.
yes, he's a starfish.
Pink
Patrick Star is
yellow
his name.
shorts.
Yes.
Oh, Patrick Star. What an appropriate name. It's like if your name was Lawrence Human, then it would be
Exactly. Yeah,
like no
Lawrence.
explanation.
that's actually my middle name.
No explanation. So the Patrick one is a pink upper and then like a kind of limey green outsole,
like his
midsole,
pants.
Beautiful.
and then exactly like
Yeah.
how he looks
Like
in the
his pants.
cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
They know what they're doing at Nike, and the SpongeBob is yellow, obviously, and then there's a little bit of red, and
Yep.
then a
I coulda
a
guessed
brown.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
So they really hit the nail on the head with this one.
They really did.
Yeah, so
Nailed it.
it's a cool collab. Just like the was it General Mills one last year with the cereal?
Just
Yeah.
called it
Which
cereal.
was the cereal
Yeah.
box
Cereal
collab
pack.
with
Yeah.
the Kicks, which is a very. I'm assuming that's a personal choice because that's a very weird third cereal to
Yeah.
pick with
Yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
Yeah.
one of the greatest cereals of all time.
Lucky
Lucky
Charms,
Charms.
infamous,
Charms.
and then
Yeah.
Kicks.
So I like. Yeah,
I've never even heard of Kicks.
I don't know whose uncle chose Kicks, but
Dennis chose
Yeah.
Kicks.
Dennis.
I like the theme. I like that there's 3 options instead of just like it's like some collabs. Obviously not the Power collab, but there's some collabs only have one option.
Yeah.
So this gives you some variety, like the cereal pack did last year. For me, I like all 3. I'm gonna try and grab. I grab all 3 of them for the right price. For
Yeah.
the right price.
I don't know if
yes, pass.
I was gonna say I don't know if these are gonna end up being a right price kind of shoe because even the cereal pack one is sold quite quickly.
Those Kicks are going for the low. No,
Are they?
No pun intended. The Kicks ones, I think. I haven't checked. I would never.
Oh, okay.
I would never check. But the Lucky Charms
I
are
would
like
never
they're
check.
going for like 200 plus. I think
Yeah,
American. So
I could see SpongeBob has like a cult following.
yeah.
Facts.
So I think it's a really cool collaboration.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it took someone so long to do a collaboration with SpongeBob, and
Yes.
I think that they did a good job on it.
And I
Yeah.
think all the rookies or the younger players in the league, even older ones, but the younger ones especially are what are they 19, 20 coming to league.
Yeah.
Like, this is the right age group,
Exactly.
so it makes sense.
No,
Good job.
100%,
Good
yeah.
job, Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Do you like this one better or the cereal pack better?
Ooh. Not a SpongeBob fan. I am a cereal fan, but just like aesthetically looking at the shoes, colors, SpongeBob pack looks better.
Correct. Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct. I agree. Especially on court, those are some bright colors.
Yeah.
Not like the other one. The cereal was there's a brown one. Like the cinnamon toast was brown, right?
Yeah.
Like they're kind of just plain.
Yeah, very
These
plain.
ones, like they're gonna know Patrick Star's on your foot if you step on the
boy.
court. Like,
For
but then you have to play not like Patrick Star, like Kyrie.
I can play like Patrick Star, no problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say
No problem.
I can play like Patrick Star, no
Send me that.
problem.
Yeah, man.
Got it.
But yeah,
pretty
you
cool.
honestly sold it to me just now.
Okay.
You did a good
Well,
job because I was on the fence, thought they were whatever, kind of okay. But now I agree if I can get it for the right price. And you
Well-
said that you were okay with your ankles not
They're
snapping.
fine. My problem, this is totally irrelevant. I don't know why I'm saying it. But my problem with the Kyrie 5s is that it's hard for me to get my foot in initially. Once you get in, it's very locked in and nice. But it's one of those narrow shoes, like some of the past kitties, where it's hard to get your foot in.
Okay.
Anywho, maybe your friends at Nike will drop you guys some pairs.
Yeah, no, we don't really have Nike basketball friends. They've seen us play, so they're like, yeah, we don't want those individuals representing us. We're going to just stick to sportswear. They can walk around really well, so sportswear is their thing. This week in Kicks, now is the part of the show where we discuss the current headlines and happenings in the world of sneakers. Just a couple of topics to cover this week. First up, Virgil was hacked. Ooh. Sound the alarms. The world is ending. Virgil Abloh's Instagram was
Hide
hacked.
the zip strips.
Hide the zip strips. Last week, someone hacked Virgil's Instagram, and they tried to make some money off of him. Did you guys see this at all?
How dare they?
So, posing as Virgil, obviously, the random account first said if another account reached 200,000 followers, they would release unreleased and unseen Nike Off-White collaborative shoes. Wow. So that account amassed quite a few followers in that short amount of time. I did not check for reference how many. And then, I guess that wasn't moving quite fast enough for them. So they posted on Virgil's, I think it was his story and his main feed, that he'd be selling some Off-White Dunks for $5,000 in Bitcoin or whatever, like a bunch of different currencies that cannot be tracked and would be sent to this individual who hacked Virgil. And apparently a bunch of people indeed did fall for this ploy. That's allegedly, because there was no way that anyone in their right mind would admit that they were hacked by, or they were duped by this hacker, and sent $5,000 to a random offshore Bitcoin account.
I've been bamboozled.
That's right. They were bamboozled. For that, they get... Sorry there, buddy. Virgil's not reselling his own shoes, kid. That's it for that. Next up, Adidas is selling shoes for 99 cents.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
This is good.
Seen
There's
it.
not a lot of great things you can get for 99 cents.
But
One of them is definitely a can of Arizona Iced Tea.
Oh,
Facts.
yeah.
By the way, this segment was brought to you by Arizona Iced Tea.
Nice.
That's amazing.
So Adidas has hooked up with Iced Tea Goat. I'm going to say it. The Iced Tea
They're
Goat.
pretty good.
Arizona on a collection of sneakers, including the Young One and the Continental. Are you have something to say about the Iced Tea?
Yeah, I know they're
discussion?
sponsoring
Let's save
the
it till
show.
after this.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
We can all think of our supporting arguments for which Iced Tea is the best. The Young One and the Continental 80. There's two different colors in each of those shoes. So they're clad in the typical, we'll call it mint, I guess. Mint upper for the Arizona can, and then like the cherry blossom design as well,
green
which is
tea, the green
the green tea. Ginseng, I think it is.
Ginseng.
Yes,
Yeah.
green tea ginseng.
Very
Ginseng.
Very healthy.
Very good for you. And it's only 99 cents. What a great deal.
Deal.
Wow.
Are you ever thirsty and only have $1? Grab an Arizona. It's only 99 cents.
Nice.
So yeah.
Cut the check, Arizona.
So the shoes are actually like amazing.
Yeah.
Like the collection
Yeah,
is
man.
Sick,
unreal. Like they did a really good job. It has like the 99 cents on the tongue tag.
Yeah.
It's got all the Arizona branding. Potentially one of the best collabs overall I've seen
Yeah.
in a long time from any brand, I think. Definitely for Adidas. Like they've
For sure.
nothing against Adidas, but they've been sleeping a little bit. Like they were also on Kawhi Watch and they fell asleep, and they just woke up this week for the Arizona collab, and they hit it out of the park. So they're going to be selling the shoes for 99 cents, just like the Arizona cans, at a pop up in New York City at an address that I did not write down.
So when are we going to New York?
That doesn't sound like it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, not at all, right?
No.
It's just going to be really annoying for people who have to buy them resale and knowing that you're getting got like crazy. Like you basically are the
Better
same
be $10
person.
resale, bro.
Yeah, and you're making 10 times your money. Like shit,
Lots
like,
of
that's
money
a
to be
great
made.
margin.
Sell those for at least $20.
That's 20 times what you paid, man. Shit, where are you ever gonna find? It's better than investing in the stock market. I'll tell you that. Anyways, really, really good. I think the pop up is the 17th, or sorry, the 18th and the 19th. So by the time you're listening to this, hopefully you got them.
You
If
missed
not,
out.
You missed it. Correct. What do you have to say about iced tea before we move on there, Phil?
I know.
Iced Tea commentary?
This is not a hot take. I feel like a lot of people are gonna agree with me. So, Feel free to agree with me, people that are listening to this on a Saturday.
I'm ready to get mad. Because I'm an iced tea guy.
Although Arizona is sponsoring this episode 70, I want to say that Nestea.
7T, get it?
7T.
Wow.
Very,
Like iced tea,
very
7T.
refreshing collab.
It's a refreshing episode, too.
Nestea. Nestea is the goat of iced teas.
You know what? I do like Nestea. I prefer Nestea Cool. Do they still make Nestea Cool?
Yeah, I think they do.
It's
I
a
think
sweeter
they do.
one, no?
Nestea
It's-
Cool?
Yes.
What is that?
Sweeter.
I
Like
don't
cool.
know
Not
what the
familiar.
difference is,
It's a little bit sweeter.
but it's good. And they sell it at like gas stations.
And it's cool.
And it's cool.
You know what's not good for iced teas? Brisk.
Correct.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
Canadian company, isn't it? Are they?
No,
Is
it's
it?
still it's either I think it's still
America.
I think it's still
it's
Nestea or
American?
Lipton or one of
Oh,
those.
it's Lipton.
Lipton.
It's
Lipton.
Lipton.
But brisk is
Lipton
not
brisk
good.
iced tea. Yeah, Lipton.
Oh, good call. Yeah. I liked it when I was a kid, but obviously I was an idiot. So
Yeah, you didn't know
Nestea's
nothing.
dope.
I didn't know
Nestea's
better.
dope.
For anyone in America listening to this, you guys don't have iced tea down there. That's just a little quick comment for you.
do they not?
They have sweet
tea. I know they have sweet tea.
They don't
but
have
do
iced
they don't
tea.
have
If you go
regular iced
down
tea?
there and order an iced tea, you're getting a tea with ice.
It's literally It's very
Yeah.
very tart.
You're getting a
it's
nice
sweet
green tea with some ice in it. Yeah. No.
Pretty dope. I do that at pho.
Yeah, but I don't want it when I want a nice refreshing Arizona. I want to walk into the gas station, crack open an Arizona for 99 cents.
With that $1 bill.
With that $1 bill, $1.13 bill, and just leave a happy man. You know?
I had one today. It was great.
In Arizona?
Yeah, with
Which
my
flavor
sushi.
did you get?
Ginseng.
The original?
The
The
OG.
original?
Keeping it
Yeah.
classic.
I like the peach iced tea mashup
Yeah.
one.
Huh.
Anyone want to chime in there before we move on? This has been a good iced tea discussion.
I'm an Arnold Palmer fan. Any other Arnold
Yeah.
Palmer
Yeah.
fans?
Half
But-
and half, right?
Yes, but
Yeah.
I prefer. You got to make it at home. Don't let these companies sell
Make
you
it
their
at
their pre-mixed.
For 99 cents, my friend, they can make it for me.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm an iced tea guy, so this was a good discussion for me. I think we should
was.
just end the episode here. Thank you to everyone who has... Just kidding.
Good night, everyone.
That's how we're going to end it. Good night, everyone. Bye. So, final up, last-minute submission from our good friend, Philip Dos Santos. Big Baller Brand is selling their shirts for $5 at local high school volleyball tournaments. So this makes me super happy because LeVar Ball is a big idiot. And they were selling shoes for $500 that had no technology in them, and they were not even getting shipped out. So he kind of got what was coming to him. So the website for Big Baller Big Baller, it is bland, but
Bland.
Big Baller Brand is now down, and it just says closed for renovations
Ooh.
Wow.
or whatever it says. Under construction is actually what it says. And they're apparently having clearance closeout sales where they're just trying to liquidate all their stuff. And the way they're doing that is by setting up little flea market style tables,
Wow.
is what it looks like, at a high school volleyball tournament in Los Angeles.
Jeez.
So these t-shirts that were once $50 are now down to $5. They're also running some deals. You know, like end of day deals at the mall where you get the Chinese
End
food
of
for
day
$5.
sale.
Yes. You can get hats for
$6.99.
$5. That's right. You can get, for $100, you can get a pair of shoes, a hoodie, a t-shirt, and a pair of socks.
Yo, that's an end
Whoa.
of day sale.
Now
right
we're
there,
talking, this is what it should have been sold
For
for.
a buck? That's
First of
not
all.
bad.
That's
Send
not
me
bad at
that.
all.
If those were Nike things, that'd be a good deal.
It would be.
bro. Facts.
If that was Arizona, you could buy 100.
Bro.
100.
So
Wow.
would you rather get the Big Baller Brand clearance package for $100 or 100 cans of iced tea?
I'd rather 100 cans of Arizona iced tea
Facts.
than any Big Baller Brand merchandise.
Okay, but you have to bring them into the house all in one shot.
I don't even care. I take in the groceries like a friggin' champ, man.
Yo, real talk. I
Yeah.
want to go back to the car, dog.
I was trained
So one trip.
as a child. You don't make
trip.
more than one trip.
One trip.
You
It's
never do.
unnecessary. Yeah.
One trip drip.
That's where your man strength comes from. Carrying groceries in one trip.
One shot.
Case of water throws it off sometimes.
Ooh.
Because then you're like, oh, but yeah, no. One trip.
It's when you get your daughter to carry the case of water.
Call me one trips. Your 2-year-old daughter to carry a 50-pound case of water.
Grab the 2-4, will ya?
Stack them.
Stack up.
Use your knees. Use your legs.
This has been a good episode so far. I'm having a good time. Previously in Kicks, this is the part of the show where we review our latest pickups and recap the latest happenings in our sneaker lives. We had a decent week last week. We got a haul from New Balance Canada.
Yes.
Alvin was the one lucky enough to open them. If you want to take us through that whole experience.
Yeah. So it was an evening. Can't remember which evening.
Was it a nice evening?
Yes.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Drove up to the house. Big box.
Big box.
Big box. I got really excited. I was like, ooh. I was like, babe, New Balance.
A big box.
'Cause I just knew. It was New Balance.
Was it because of the logo on the side of the
No,
box?
they didn't.
Was
it
it
was
big?
the logo was hidden.
Oh, that's
no one
smart
could
of
see
the
it.
delivery man.
Yeah, thank you,
okay.
Was it a
man.
big box full of board bandies?
Ooh. They're also selling those for $5 at local volleyball tournaments. Just kidding. We love you, Kawhi. Please come back.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
It's not too late.
Did you sign yet?
Yo, that condo's still there for you, dog. Like,
You can live in my house. Shit.
so essentially, it was the New Balance 997S. It's like a newer version of that silhouette, I would say. They changed up the mudguard on the front, just the shape of it.
Yep.
The colorway we got was the white mesh with the gray, and it has a hint of teal in there, and I think some
Pink.
Some pink, right?
They're being dubbed on the interwebs the South Beach.
They're cute,
997S.
yeah, they're dope. Honestly,
I
they're
definitely agree
beautiful.
with your analogy where you said it gave you Wave Runner vibes.
Yeah.
Because it's not as much of a teal as it is a, what did we call it? Dark atomic, whatever the hell those paras were.
Yeah.
It's definitely closer to that,
Yeah.
which is Wave Runner-y.
But even like the blocking and how the midsole looks on the shoe,
Yeah.
it's very like wave runnery kind of
Chunky.
vibes
It's
to
nice
it.
and chunky.
Yeah, I love the midsole of the 997S. Definitely my favorite, one of my favorite silhouettes now. Honestly, man, it's dope. Quality's crazy.
It's better than the other 997S that we received. Or sorry, what did we get?
997H?
997H is what we got.
yeah.
Yes, sorry. But
Yeah.
the quality is better on the 997S.
Quality is better, but I
Yes.
think it's also like a higher price point.
Oh, okay.
So
You
the
pay for it.
997H is 120 Canadian. These ones are 149.
Oh, so not a huge difference.
Not huge,
Yeah.
but you do get a bit of a different in price range. But it's worth it.
I like them.
Yeah.
Comfy too.
Oh, super comfy,
Super comfy.
super stylish, super dope.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
So on Saturday, I went to the AGO, the AGO, as we're going to call it going forward. We were invited by, NetMag's very good friend of the show. I think he said he's going to subscribe, so he might listen to this. Andy
Oh,
at NDLO on
NDLO.
Instagram was kind enough, because he has a connect at the AGO, to invite us out because they just opened a sneaker-themed exhibit, if you will, curated by the artist Brian Jungen. It's Jungen.
Is it
Not
silent?
sure
Is
if
it
it's-
silent?
He's indigenous, so I feel like it's not Jungen. That just sounds chunky, you know? I think it's Jungen. I'm going to go with Jungen. We're just going to call him Brian, though.
Yeah. Brian J.
Brian J. Good friend of the show, Brian J.
BJ out here.
BJ, correct. So BJ's exhibit is indigenous inspired at its core. It is at the AGO until September. But the cool thing that he does is he uses sneakers as one of his main mediums. So what he does is he rips them apart, makes masks out of them, makes huge like sculptures out of them, and it's really cool. And he does that because he thinks that sneakers, because he's not a sneakerhead, which I found very surprising.
Yeah.
He kind of just went out and bought them just for the exhibit and then destroyed them immediately following purchasing them. But he thinks that sneakers are like a perfect and prime example of like modern day consumerism. Like very buy, wear, throw out, buy, wear, throw out, like just repeat kind of thing. So that obviously, all that kind of consumerism, capitalism, like globalization messed with indigenous lands and messed with indigenous culture. Like look at the whole colonization thing. I'm going to apologize on behalf of white people for that. Like that was shitty. But yeah, so he thinks that sneakers personify that. So he rips them apart, makes indigenous masks as kind of like a jab at the whole concept of using something like that to represent his culture, which was partially destroyed by that culture in a sense. But the exhibit is extremely cool. It's huge. We were lucky enough to have someone walk us through the whole thing, so they got to like. It's different going to an art museum and having somebody explain it to you.
Yeah.
'Cause usually when you go, you're like, I have no
That's
idea
cool.
what's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, I guess. But having someone walk us through and like explain everything and describe everything was very cool.
That's cool.
And then we got a print from the artist, from Brian J. And then we went to the AGO Bistro, and they actually have a whole menu that's inspired by the exhibit itself.
True.
So apparently every time they have a big exhibitor come in, they do a whole menu selection based on that exhibitor. So it was good. It was like indigenous style, like entrees. Like there was like fish, there was that kind of thing. Like you would think like indigenous stuff, and there was stuff related to like his background, stuff related to his art. So it was really cool. It was really fun.
That's cool.
Thank you so much to the AGO. We're actually going to go back on Saturday. Alvin's coming, Keith's coming, Phil's going to come because we just told him to. Joel is probably has basketball. What are you doing?
No basketball.
Okay. Yeah, it was really cool, and I'm excited to now be able to walk them through it because now I own the knowledge. Knowledge is power. But yeah, it was really fun. Thank you, AGO. And I didn't know this, but if you're under 25, the AGO is free.
Yeah.
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 My ID,
Just
bro.
missed it.
They started that last year, I think.
Just
Got a
missed
fake
it.
ID. I need a fake ID.
Yeah, man.
Damn, imagine getting a fake ID to make yourself younger. That's a new flex. Yeah.
Ooh.
Do they check? Because I could just shave.
Yeah.
They definitely. I think if you
like-
walked up and you were just like, "I'm going in," they'd be like, "Hey, hold on."
Wait a second.
Yeah,
We've seen this before. We know this trick, okay?
I'm sure after the first day of just the honor system, they were like, "Yeah, this isn't working. Nobody paid today."
That guy's definitely 63. He didn't pay. We're losing money here.
Yeah, we'll give you guys an update next week, and we'll get these guys' reactions to how they liked it as well, and we'll see if I did a good job as a tour guide. Next up, EEE. Errors, edits, and e-messages. We're pretty smart guys, but from time to time we make mistakes. So if you catch us slipping, hit us in the DM, and we'll let the world know that we goofed. First up, right off the top, from Troy Alexander.
Sorry, bro.
He made sure to let us know that the the white, orange, and blue Air Max 1 Para Family and Friends is the Albert Heijn. I think we figured it out last week.
After.
Yeah, we
Eventually.
After.
But he also said in all caps, Dooney should have known.
But I did say
I think he's disappointed in you for not knowing it
But,
right
like,
off the
to
bat.
begin
right
with,
off the bat.
He wants you on the ball.
Now he's gonna wear them
My bad.
at shoe
I
hall.
Now he's gonna
know,
wear
because
them
He's so angry.
just because he's pissed.
She's gonna
Yeah.
shit on us and everything, man.
That's okay.
Out
Can't
of
wait.
pure anger. Next up, from good friend of the show, Out West, Calby.
Yo.
Mr. Calby. So this is actually the first time we've gotten a call in EEE.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Because he was apparently
he called me
He
too.
called you too. This guy's weird.
I loved it, man. I was like, Calby's calling. What the fuck? Let's get it.
Yeah, it was like a random like Wednesday afternoon
Yeah.
and Calby called me.
Loved it.
But yeah, so he said that a certain Calgary sneaker consignment store sent a bunch of pairs of the Travis Scott ones that they weren't sure about to StockX, and they all made it through.
Was it Travis Scott ones or Yeezys?
I think he said Travis Scott ones. Maybe he did it with the Easy. I'm pretty sure he told me Travis Scott ones though. But it was something. There's something that they weren't sure, like they were questioning. So they were like, honestly, let's just send these off because I don't want to sell them in my store. They all got through StockX.
Shocking.
So either that store
think
is
it was
bad
Yeezys.
at authenticating,
Yeah. No.
Wow.
or StockX is bad at authenticating. But yeah, he was listening to our episode where we're basically shitting on StockX. It was actually with Phil again.
That was episode 68.
That was you started that whole
was
thing.
68.
I think,
I did,
actually.
I did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks,
Full
Phil.
circle. Full circle over
Probably
here.
going to end up biting me, but yeah, nice.
Just wait till,
Next
just
time
wait
he
till
tries
you're
to sell
trying to buy
something
some
on
on StockX. Yeah. When you go to find those Lucky Charm Kyries,
They're
and
gonna
they're like,
screw me over on my Kyrie 4s that I need for next season.
so last up from good friend. That was a bad accent. Good friend of the show.
Good friend of the show.
I don't know what I was trying
Eyebrow
for.
is sneakers.
Yeah, see, at least you knew. See, you got it. Highbrow sneakers from whatever country that accent was from. From England, from London, England, I believe. He says, guys, if you ever come to London, make sure you hit me up. First off, that might not ever, probably not going to happen. Next up,
Why are you ruling it out? You got time.
yeah, it's not a cheap trip
It's
to
not.
go to London.
It's not.
No,
Like, unless
because it's the Queensland.
it is Queensland. If
The exchange is nasty.
It's like double, right?
Yeah.
I think it's 1.5, 1.6.
That's nasty. Unless Highbrow and his husband are letting us stay at his house,
About it.
then
Free accommodations.
yeah, then we can
Yes.
talk. If you've got like a Buckingham Palace style accommodation set up for us, I'll be there tomorrow. But he continues. He says, I won't pretend sneaker culture is as good here as North America, though. I went somewhere for lunch recently and was refused entry because I was wearing trainers.
Wow.
Trainers.
Trainers.
For anyone listening, is a shoe. He then goes on to say, I've never felt so insulted in my life. I was wearing Para Air Max 1s from last year.
Damn.
So it's not like he was wearing
Wow.
some dirty shoes.
Para's
Those are
getting
like- those
some
are- yeah.
heavy love on this episode.
Para,
No.
Holy.
Crazy.
sub-sponsored by
Yeah,
Para.
man. Arizona and Para just
They need to
Thirsty.
taking care of you guys. this
Wearing
week.
para sneakers for 99 cents.
Pair of sneakers.
super confusing. Para and
Did he
Arizona need to link up.
Did,
That's what we need.
did he like clarify where he like what kind of restaurant he was
He just
at,
said he
or-
went for lunch.
Does it
I mean,
matter?
what kind of lunch place could you be going to that is that fancy?
If it's a
and if it's
oh yeah,
overly fancy, you would know going in, like, I can't wear shoes here.
Yeah.
I think
Unless there's some
I would still
extremely...
try though.
yeah,
Oh, for sure.
yeah. I mean, if you're out and going for lunch, you're not gonna go home and change.
No,
You're just
real-
gonna
real
try
talk,
and grab
yeah.
the lunch, right?
That's true.
I'm paying you, motherfucker. Let me eat your
I will not leave,
You're not wrong.
and I'll have the salmon. Thank you.
Shaken, not stirred, if you will.
medium rare, my steak.
I don't know why Ahmed's been doing the Australian. He's been doing the Australian accent.
Australian.
'Cause highbrow-
Sweden.
Clearly from London.
Is Highbrow the Australian living in London?
Yeah, he's one
Or
of
is
them.
that he's one of them?
He's
Okay.
one of them.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's highbrow and Kieran
Kieran
Knightley.
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 From episode 68.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Sorry, I didn't have the context of the Australian thing, so
Yeah.
Yes,
it totally
there you
makes
go.
sense. Cancel.
Yeah,
You
Australians
guys can erase
in
that
London.
part.
Living in London.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of accents happening.
Speaking
though.
of wearing sneakers to fancy places, it's now time for thumbs up, thumbs down. In this part of the show, we give our opinion on various sneaker-related topics with zero context or discussion. All we're allowed to say, not gesture, because the listeners cannot hear our
Cannot hear
gestures,
that.
is thumbs up or thumbs down. And this week's topic is sneakers and suits.
Thumbs way up, dog.
Way up.
Way up?
Way up. If I had a third, it'd be up there too.
Okay. I will
Yeah.
just put
Yeah.
the two of my thumbs that I do have that God gave me. They will go just mostly up. My thumbs are mostly up. Phil.
Yeah, sure. Let's go thumbs up. It's comfortable.
Nope. That's no.
Oh,
no
no context. Sorry.
I don't want anything.
Let me tell you guys why.
Here's my explanation.
In
No.
1990,
Next up, NSR, not sneaker related. We talk about sneakers a lot.
Thumbs up.
So in this weekly
sorry.
segment, we're going to take 30 seconds out of the show to discuss something completely irrelevant to the world of sneakers. And this week's topic is coming from Alvin.
Shit.
Were you not ready this week?
No, I wasn't. I was. I can be.
Going forward, well, I'm going to let you think, okay?
Yeah.
Going forward, maybe what we should do is the NSR individual person coming up with that topic is the person who brings dinner.
Okay.
Because we rotate dinners
So you
each
brought dinner
week,
today.
but going forward,
so you dropped the ball today
so
on the
starting
anniversary.
today, where the person who brings dinner also brings the NSR topic.
Okay.
Okay,
I got one. I'm good.
I just tried to draw it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Alvin.
What are your dream vehicles?
Ooh,
Oh, nice.
that's a good one. I have a realistic dream vehicle, and I have
I don't
a.
want a realistic.
You
one.
want the
I want like
dream vehicle?
Tell us about the DeLorean, Lawrence.
I don't know which one, but I would want a Lamborghini. I like the look. Over Ferrari for me, I like Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
How about you, Joel?
Facts.
I like old school, and I'm gonna keep it like a '68 Cutlass.
So if someone offered you a
Ooh,
69, you're like,
Super
no.
Sport. No, it's got to be the hard top.
Oh,
Super
sorry.
Sport.
I would never say no to a 69. Go, Alva.
After dark. the Mustang that's in Gone in 60 Seconds. Can't remember which one it was though.
I believe it was the
Shelby?
Ford
Shelby.
Mustang.
The Shelby. Shelby.
Shelby.
Whose phone's going off? I can hear the buzzer.
Ford.
This guy said the Ford Mustang.
I believe it was the Ford.
The one from Ford.
Mustang,
Thank
the
you.
one they made.
Thank you for your insight, Phil. What would your
Anytime.
dream car be?
I'm gonna keep it kind of contemporary. I like the black Mercedes, either 600 or S550.
Jeez.
Nice.
Wow, very fancy answers from everybody. Thank you. Time is up. Next up, promos, which will lead us into our main discussion for the week.
Oh,
That's right. Is that a nice segue? It's going to be a nice segue. See, it's not a good segue anymore because I already introduced the segue.
Gonna come
Are you guys ready for this segue?
You guys ready for the segue?
You're not ready for this segue.
I'm not going to give it to you. The only promo we've been talking about for the past couple weeks is a little event that's going on next week.
Is it
Yeah.
next
When you're
week?
listening to this, it's next week.
Oh, okay. We still got time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not this coming weekend. We wouldn't be here.
I thought you said Saturday.
I think we may have to off-put next week's episode.
It's a
I'm
week
not sure.
from.
No? What do you think? You think
No,
we're
I
going to
think we'll be
record
okay.
next week?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll
sure.
record.
We'll just see more of each other because what'll end up happening is we'll do the Tuesday, True to Size Tuesdays.
Yep.
Set up Thursday, set up Friday, all day, all night, Saturday.
And then sleep together on Sunday.
Whoop, whoop.
Actually sleep. Not like
Sleep
Netflix and
yeah,
chill sleep.
Yeah, and then wake up and then take the stuff home on Sunday.
We'll just sleep
no?
in the space. I think they'll be okay if we
Yeah,
sleep
I'm
in the
down.
space.
Yeah, man.
Whatever.
Okay. Anyways, so there will be an episode next week. I was going to ask you guys that, and then we just did it live.
I'm
Nice.
down. Why not? Unless you guys want different, like I think we'll be okay.
We're
We'll,
okay, man.
we'll be fine. So, Shoe Haul, the second one, part 2.
Two Hall.
Part
Two
two.
Haul, the U-Haul, is next week, next Saturday, July 27th at 552 Queen Street West on the second floor. The
Yeah,
entire
yeah.
space is ours. So the merchandise pop-up is going from 11 to 4 p.m. If you want to line up, feel free. There will be no need. As it's not mandatory, but there is some limited items. So maybe you should line up. Just line up. It's fine.
Camp out.
Camp out from now. Honestly, there's some very limited
From
stuff you're going to
now.
want to be there. Be there from now. But we're also going to be sharing the space in that time with a bunch of very good friends of the show. First up, Net Magnetism is going to be there once again for the second year in a row. He's
Yep.
going to be letting individuals bring their children and build his kick bricks on site. And if you do so, the child is allowed to take that kick brick for free.
damn.
For what?
That's cheaper than in Arizona, people. Free
this
99.
is free 99, y'all.
For free
Free
99.
Not $3.99. Free 99.
So any sneaker parents out there, any mom and dads who want to bring out their child, give them some culture, get a free
Yeah.
kick brick,
Facts.
maybe get some ice cream.
Facts.
Because we're also sharing the space with Churned Up. Definitely the best name in the ice cream game. The hell is a Baskin Robbins? That's a stupid name. Dairy Queen?
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
No. No.
What?
Churned Up. Brr, 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 brr. Churn it
You
up.
should use the sound effects.
No, that was good enough. They will be dishing out, what is it? $3 for one scoop. And
$3.50 for one scoop.
Yeah.
$6 for two.
That's-
so you might
oh,
as
you
well
yeah.
go
save
two.
Get
you
the
save
two.
money for getting two.
Yeah.
it's a deal, yeah.
You
Because
almost
if you
have
got
honestly-
two and they were charging for two, that's $7.
You're wasting money if you buy
Yeah.
only one scoop.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have some sick flavors, and they're not telling us.
No, I think it'll be a surprise.
I hope it's. I
They've
saw
been-
they offer strawberry Pocky ice cream.
But they also had like a mango, like real
mango,
mango
like
with
actual
mango chunks
chopped
on top.
up mangoes.
That's a
They had mini egg ice cream,
They
which
did.
which was probably an Easter special.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping it's going to be there because I love mini eggs.
Samesies.
Like if they only get sales from us that day, they'll probably be fine because we're going to be eating ice cream
Yo, just give me a
all
tub.
fucking
Real
day.
talk.
day.
Just
We're not going to have time to eat food, so might as well just eat ice cream.
facts.
But yeah, they will be sharing the space. And last week / this week, I don't know when it was, we announced the final person sharing the space with us, which is Parlor 23. Correct. So they are very good friends of the show. They have been so helpful in this whole merchandise venture that we've been on.
Yeah.
And they will be there dishing out some brand new stuff. He said he's going to release some stuff at
Yo,
Shoe
some-
Hall.
His jerseys
Ooh.
though,
The
basketball
jerseys and the baseball jerseys. The
Ooh.
basketball jersey with like the logos that spell
Yeah.
Parlor is just incredible.
Crazy.
Like, such a good idea. And he's going to have some restocks of probably his, like, Money Cat tees and that kind of thing. So
Ooh,
that
might
stuff
have
is,
to
like,
cop that.
fire. So he's also going to be there. This is all just 11 to 4 people.
Wow.
That's just the one part. The second part of the second shoe haul is a panel discussion from 4 to 5-ish. Hopefully we can cap it at 5. That's going to be Phil's
I'm gonna
job.
say 5:30.
Yeah, Phil's
Yeah.
job is to hard cap it at 5:30. Like, if someone's talking, you just, like, grab their mic.
Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, exactly. You interrupt their ass.
Shut
and
up,
you
you're done.
Stop it, yeah. Because we have... Anyways, so yeah, we'll get to that. But it's going to feature us. Our good friend Philly over here will be moderating / hosting the panel. We already paid him with absolutely no money. He can't even buy in Arizona with what we're paying him with.
Free 99.
I'm in the red with this Arizona.
Yeah.
Gotta spend money. Gotta spend money to make money.
And our good friend and host of the space,
Yes.
Trent from Exclusity,
Yes.
and other good friend and collaborator of the space, Net
Yes.
Magnetism, Tong from Net Magnetism. So we're going to talk about, we're going to get to what we're going to talk about, but it should be interesting. I don't even know what we're going to talk about. We'll figure it out in 5 minutes, but it should be really fun. There's a lot of very big personalities, and then Tong is like quiet, but he's got a lot of cool things to say.
Yeah.
So when he speaks, you listen. Like, he doesn't demand the attention. It's just what he's saying is like you want to hear it.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to hear what everyone has to say and how everyone kind of collaborates and speaks on.
And
Whatever we're gonna talk
can I
about.
just say this from now?
Yeah.
Anyone who's talking and not listening,
Oh, you're getting
can
called
get
out.
the fuck out.
Yeah. We've been to so many
This
panels.
is not happening.
Yeah.
Like what
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
at the Jeff Staple and MGD thing. I wanted
Yeah,
to hear
yeah.
what the fuck was going on, and
Yeah,
people were
yeah.
talking in the back like, "Shut the fuck up or get out."
And Jeff and
What happens when you invite influencers?
yeah.
Yeah, anyone who's trying to do that at our thing, yo, you better
You'll be-
best believe I'm throwing you out like
you'll be
Uncle
called
Phil
out, yeah.
and Jazz,
Ooh.
except no pad.
Wow.
Ain't nobody staying there. Trust
No
me.
bad, no cap.
Best believe.
No cap.
I don't care how big you are either.
Correct. Well, all three of us will pick you up at the same time. Yeah, this is not a... Jeff Staple is a very genuine and calm guy, so he didn't say anything. I think he shushed the crowd a couple times.
Yeah.
We won't be doing any polite shushing. You're there from 4 to 5 for the panel, so if you're coming to see that, please just, be respectful, come
Facts.
listen. If you don't want to watch, then you're not...
Just go
you
eat
didn't pay to
something.
be there.
Go eat something.
Yeah, definitely. We don't want anyone who is there to not want to be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that should be really fun. And then we're going to tear down in the quickest fashion possible because at 7 o'clock
Tearing
we
down
are
like tremendous.
Yo, fact.
Tremendous.
reopen the space
Plastic
because
tabletops. and shit.
rip everything off. It's gonna be a disaster. But 7 to 10, we are gonna have the CGS Sneaker Social take place in the same space. This is a whirlwind day. That's going to be the cap on all of it. So
Nice.
it's invite only. Thank you to everyone who has already RSVP'd. If you have not RSVP'd and you did receive an invite,
Get on that.
please do that because it makes us a lot easier to know
Yeah.
who is coming and how many people are attending. But yeah, so that's going to be really fun. It's sponsored by MGD. It's going to take place in Exclusivity on the second floor. Should be really fun. And I think we actually wanted to run a promotion for our listeners for the party. Correct?
Correct.
So if you're listening right now and you did not receive an invite, email us right now with a skill testing answer that Alvin's going to think of while I keep talking. And we will invite you. We'll send over an invite to the party. So if you can't make it, please don't. Like, you can answer it, but just let us know, hey, I can't make it. Like, don't take up someone's spot who could actually come.
Yeah.
But we'll choose a couple people, and we'll send them an invite to the exclusive party at Exclusivity. So, Alvin, what is your skill testing question?
In honor of our special guest of honor,
Minus
Philly.
the honor. Yeah.
minus the honor. So Phil's been on a few, if not a lot of our episodes. What I want to know is, what was the first episode he was on?
Oh, I know
Okay.
the answer to that. Say,
Ooh.
oh, okay.
No, you're not. No,
Oh, you can't say it on the spot.
You were invited, so you don't need to answer the
So
question.
you're good, bro. You're
Okay.
good.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so if you know the answer to that, or if you can find the answer to that, go ahead and email us right now or DM us your answer, and the first couple of people will choose you, and we'll send over an invite to you. But yeah, we're very excited for the day. We can't wait. Like, we've been working our friggin' asses off for a couple months now to get this going, so we cannot wait for it to come to fruition. We're wearing the merch right now. I'm wearing the merch right now. Just me, actually.
And Joel.
is too.
Yeah.
Can't tell you what it is, but we're wearing it.
It's sexy.
It's really nice.
what
Now
it is.
Phil is touching some of the merch.
This one's nice.
You like that one?
Thank you guys for this.
Do you like the one you have or the one I have?
The one you have, I'm buying, and I'm yeah. But this one is dope.
So you like both?
I like both. I like
Okay.
both. This one's nice. I'm gonna wear this one tomorrow. Am I allowed to wear it tomorrow?
Sure.
Tomorrow's
Just-
Thursday, but the podcast doesn't.
Just
go out
don't
till
post
Saturday.
it anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got that new early.
Earlier.
You don't know anyone cool anyway, so it's fine.
That's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
So now for our main discussion topic of the week, we're just going to get into what we want to talk about with Trent and NetMag and ourselves on the panel. So we were going to have this conversation amongst us after the podcast, but I thought, why not just get into it now? I think it might be interesting for people to hear the thought process that goes behind it, and then maybe if anyone has any contributions, they can send them in, and we can add some stuff in as well. But we're going to try and get just some questions and some topics rolled out here, and yeah, we'll see what we can do. So like I said, one more time, the panel is from 4 to 5 on July 27th at 552 Queen Street West. We're going to have Trent from Exclusivity and Tong from NetMag, 3 of us, and Phil will be moderating. So, where do you guys think we should start this thing? Phil, do you have any experience doing this kind of thing at all?
Fell. Yeah. I've done a couple of these.
Like panels or interviews or...
Yeah, a little bit of both. More like interviews, but I mean, panels is kind of it's like a group interview. I guess you
same
could say.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, why do you guys want to work here? Those kind of things.
So where? Why do you guys want to work here?
What makes you cool enough to come talk to us right now?
During these interviews, are any of the interviewees sitting on black leather couches? Because those don't count if they're sitting on a...
Is this a joke I'm missing here?
Yeah, there probably is. I don't want to get into it anymore than that, though.
I think I get it.
No, just
It starts with a C.
ends with an asking.
And then...
Casting.
But yeah, so Phil, where do these things usually start? Like, how do we... other than the awkward, like, hey guys, like, how's it going? Like, after that whole awkward exchange, where do we go from there?
I mean, aside from introducing you guys, I think it's important to kind of get a little bit of background, even though most of the people there will know you guys and or Tong and or Trent. But I think intros is a good place to start, and then just knowing, like having met Trent the other day and hearing part of the story, I know he has a very deep, rich history in streetwear and sneakers, and coming up in Montreal, which is a good, it's a different perspective.
Yeah,
and then,
absolutely.
What I like overall about the whole panel is that there's different, like you guys all dabble in whether it's being a consumer, whether it's selling, whether it's from the retail side to certain degrees, but there's experts, like there's people that definitely lean, like obviously NetMag Tong would be a little bit more versed in like kind of like aftermarket,
Correct.
reselling as the kids call it, and then Trent, of course, on the retail side, obviously exclusivity, and you guys somewhere in the middle, with all of you having experience in most. So intros would be good, a little bit of background, and then I think people want to hear what you guys are most like knowledgeable at. So it's going to be like about retail side of things, the resale side of things, and then you guys maybe more on the culture side. So
I agree. That's why we named it the Sneaker Spectrum panel discussion, because we cover the whole spectrum from retail to culture to aftermarket. So I think, like you said, it's a really cool dynamic that we're going to have. So in this introduction, are you thinking like background stories? Because I think that like Trent has a really cool background story. We heard some of it during the podcast, but anyone who didn't listen will probably want to hear it. And I think I know there's a lot more in-depth version of that story that I think people would want to hear.
Right.
I think our story is kind of interesting because it just literally started from a hashtag. That could be a tagline. It all started with a hashtag. And then even Tong, like a very interesting story, like with how, I remember when we had him on the podcast, he told it, but like he took over a friend's eBay. Like that's where the name Netmagnetism came from. It was just some friend who gave him their eBay for the seller rating so he would be able to sell stuff well. Like he came up in shoes, but he didn't get shoes until he could buy them himself. Like it's always, he didn't go to school for this whole finance thing. Like it's very, like it's a cool story. So I think that getting off, like you said, like with the intros and the background and maybe like the story of like, okay, how did we get to here? And then like you can kind of go forward. So I agree. So I think we'll start like intros and background. And then what kind of questions are you thinking to ask the groups Do you have any ideas?
No, I haven't really thought about it yet.
That's good.
Yeah,
We can think about it right now.
Yeah.
I was thinking, because I had time to think, I actually thought about it.
Oh.
Like, just why everyone is in their specific field to begin with. Like, what's your connection to it? What's your, not just your background story of how you got here, but like, why? Like, why this? Like, Trent could be selling anything. Like, he's an entrepreneur. He could be selling friggin' vacuums, like, whatever. I don't know why I used vacuums as an example. You could be selling anything. Tong didn't start in finance. Like, he was never, I don't think his goal was ever to be where he is. But why did you keep going? And then for us, like, we were just some run-of-the-mill, like, we like to buy a lot of shoes. And then something clicked, and we're like, maybe let's make something from this. So I think following the background, it's like, how did you get here? Maybe why are you here? That's how you do in interviews, right? Is it like the who, what, where, when, why, how? Like, I think most of the time. Yeah.
Well, for you guys, I think it's like this is one of your first panels. Kind of like as a,
I've been on maybe
like,
one
I mean,
before,
like-
but yeah.
like as a
group?
CGS,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
So I think even though a lot of people are familiar with you guys, like it's good to have that start, like kind of like the history and like kind of the story.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you've been thinking, but I'll just keep ringing off things.
Yeah,
What
ring
you
them
guys
off.
think,
I
if
haven't
you guys
really
have
been thinking.
anything that you can think of that you would want to ask. But one thing that I really want to know, especially coming from, like we said, somebody in retail, and there's us, like obviously we know our answers, but then there's aftermarket. Like, how have they seen it change and progress, and what do they think of it? Like, has it been good or bad? Like, obviously, from Trent's point of view, like he mentioned on the podcast in episode 68, he was saying that in, like, the heyday of Nike basketball, things were flying off the shelves. Like, they couldn't keep anything in stock. And then you progressed to GRs don't matter.
Yeah.
Like, how has the journey been? Like, what have you had to do to adapt? And then the same thing for Tong, or, like, NetMag. How has it changed? Like, how has reselling changed? Because when he started his website, he was doing mostly like older stuff. Like I remember when we discovered him, or when we like met him, I guess he was like, most of his website was old SBs and like old Air Forces and stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's taken a second, it's like a seat to raffles and hype stuff.
Yeah.
So it seems to have progressed similar to like alongside the culture. But like, how does he feel about it? How has it been? What changes that he had to make? So I think that would be really cool. Again, like the who, what, when, where, why, how. Like, how have you adapted to get to where you are? Because I think that just that question could be an entire hour discussion. Like how it's changed and what you think of it. Like, especially with the three different sides of the story, could be super interesting.
I know he posts about it sometimes, and he talks about it sometimes, like in general on IG. But
He as in
Tong,
Okay, sorry.
NetMag, yeah. But a lot of people want to know how he gets all the sneakers all the time.
Yeah.
You know, people might, I don't know how much he's going to divulge, but like people want to know, you know, how do you get all the releases? How do you get old stuff? How do you get new stuff? What do you pay for them? How are you making profits on this? And again, if you're listening to this, don't expect all these answers because it's up to him.
No, he's not going to give you.
Yeah.
Here's how you can be a.
He's likely not going to sign over his business at this talk. But
no.
you know, these are questions I think people want to know because he's such a big figure in the kind of the aftermarket resale thing.
Yeah, I agree.
And he has such a great system going.
Yeah.
With the raffles and I think people want to hear about that. And then conversely, like with Trent. From the resale side, not resale, sorry, retail.
Yeah.
From the retail side, he's really all about getting the consumer their shoe first come first serve. No raffles, not so much resale. He's like, even as personal preference, he mentioned like I'm not buying anything resale.
Ever,
You know, so it's kind of like completely contrasting. So
Correct,
you know,
yeah.
he'll have a lot of good insight on like what he does to kind of get shoes, hype, or GR into the hands of people who want to hoop in them, who want to wear them.
Yeah.
Right. So I think both of them can go really deep, and then you guys obviously have like good experience with both. So
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if this turns into just a them two thing, because it could be so interesting just to hear their conflicting opinions. Not even conflicting, just like their converging opinions on things.
Yeah.
Because we could even ask them, like, Trent, what do you think of resellers? Like, just your unfiltered, what's your opinion? What's your view? What do you think they do? How do you think they get it? Because he seems like he obviously like said it last week. Like he said he's okay with them. Like it makes his stuff sell out.
Yeah.
Like how do you really feel? Because like you said, he wants his stuff in the hands of people who are going to wear it and who are going to support him.
Yeah.
And then the opposite would be asking Tong, like, what's a retail store? Why does it matter?
Yeah.
Because for him, he probably never even walks into a store. All his stuff shows up in a box. Like, it's coming from a store somewhere.
Yeah.
But, like, do you think they're necessary? Do you think they have a shelf life? Do you think they're going to last? And then, like, literally just asking these questions back and forth are going to get them going like crazy, I think.
Yeah.
And it's going to be super interesting to hear.
Yeah.
Anything you guys can think of what we should topicize? That's
Well,
not a word.
previous to this, I was always kind of thinking, like, because essentially people who are coming there will already know us.
Yeah.
What we stand for, what we want to do, what we do within the whole community.
Yeah.
But I always thought that this was going to end up being not negatively. I always thought that this was going to end up being like a Tong and Trent show.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which was
That's what I want it to
great.
be.
So that's what's kind of what I'm looking forward to.
We're
in a sense.
facilitating it. We are just as much like fans or like we
Yeah.
want to hear it as anyone
Yeah.
who's showing up.
Like
Yeah.
I'm more than willing to take a back seat just
Yep.
because like
We can all three share one mic. Like,
Yeah,
we're
hell
not
yeah.
gonna need it. Yeah.
yeah, like I definitely want to see a reseller and like a retailer, not a corporate retailer, because corporate retailers don't really care.
Yeah.
they don't-
Correct. Yeah.
But like a retailer, like from the ground up, to just interact and just kind of see that. Because till now, I've never.
Yeah, you don't see that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming unless it's a backdoor situation, that's probably the only time they interact.
Yeah.
Like a reseller going to a retailer and be
Yeah.
like, I want to buy 100 pairs. Like they don't interact on a cultural level or
Yeah.
talking about like issues or topics within the community.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be like, I'm really looking
gonna be
forward to
cool.
it. It's going to be super cool. Another thing that I thought that would be interesting to ask, mostly them, but I'm sure we'll have something to say, is what they think the game or the culture is missing. Because Trent voiced his opinion very, let's say, animatedly, loudly.
Trent
Yeah.
out loudly.
Trent out loudly that he really wants people in GRs and inline stuff. Like he thinks those are just as important as the hype stuff. He wishes people were just walking in and buying stuff from the shelf like it used to be. So there's obviously something he thinks is missing from the game, and I would just want to know what he thinks is missing, and then same with Tong, like what he thinks is missing, because he's just as much into the culture as he is into making a buck.
Yeah.
Like he's not just this reseller guy who's gouging you for every last penny, every last 99 cents to get that one more Arizona. Like he is very into the culture, cares about the community. Like he does what he can and he does his part. So it'd be interesting to hear their different, because they probably would have different answers based on what they think is missing or what the culture needs. Or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll have the same answer. And I think that would be refreshing, actually, if they had the same answer.
Yeah.
If they both think the culture and the community is missing the same thing, I think we might have like a little like ding, like a light will pop on, and they'll be like, this guy's not so bad. Like they'll look at each other and be like, we can be friends. Like we can coexist. And then like just bouncing off of that, like where they think it can come from, if they think they can play a part in like not changing it, but aiding in whatever change or whatever is missing. Because that's how we started. Like we thought that there was something missing from the sneaker community, so we started it, and now we're here. So I think that it'd be interesting to ask them, because maybe they've never even been asked these questions before. So it would be very interesting to hear what they have to say.
I think it's going to be cool to hear. We can hopefully make them talk about this, but Trent and Tong specifically, they have a lot of experience with trends in sneakers. I'm not just talking about like collabs or releases or aesthetics, but like even in pricing. Like Trent's seen such a change in pricing on a retail level.
Yeah, he's been in it 12 years, so imagine what Jordans cost 12 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Even like 5-6 years ago. So he has, again, it's going to be a real deep dive for him. And even on Tong, it's like he has so many shoes, or he's passed through so many shoes, or has so many. It's like he's seen fluctuation in prices, so he can give good insight on like, okay, well, you know, I have all these Union ones right now, and I'm holding on to them because
This is why. Yeah.
or I'm selling them because. So he can kind of give us, everyone, like a lot of cool insights on how he determines or how he watches a shoe and determines if like, oh, this might go up, or I think this is going to be a brick.
And I wonder if Trent, like conversely, would be willing to divulge, because when, like he mentioned, when you're buying from Nike or you're buying releases from any brand, you're buying like a year in advance. like a very long time beforehand. And when you're buying, he's told me in the past, you're buying off of like a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch little snippet like of a picture, and you have to decide like, yeah, I want 3,000 of those for my store. So he has to be the one who decides like, is this going to be cool or is it not? So it's going to be interesting to know, like, how do you decide? Like, do you think this is going to be cool? And then same thing with Tong. Like, how do you decide, like, hey, unions are where I need to put all my money right now? With all the 3 million different shoes I can buy, unions are going to go up the most in the next 3 years. So I'm going to put all my money into that. Because Trent and Nep, they're doing the exact same thing. And then, like you said, like, just as you were talking, they've seen so many shoes walk through pass through their hands, and each time they're worth a different amount.
Right.
Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah.
Like, think of how Tong's been doing it for whatever, 5 to 10 years. Like, he's probably had whatever shoe, like a Heineken SB, pass through his hands 100 times. And the first time it passed through his hands, he's like, okay, this is a $300 bill. And the next time it was like, okay, this is a $350 bill. Then fast forward 5 years, it's, okay, this is a $1,000 bill. And same thing with Trent. He's like, okay, this Bread 4 came out in 2000 and whatever, 11, and this is a $189 bill. And then 5, 10, whatever, how many years later, now it's a $300 bill.
Yeah.
Like, that's just weird to think of in your mind that the same thing is worth a different amount the next time it comes into your hands.
Yeah.
And in a way, like, you look at people like Trent, so I don't want to call it small business, but like independent retailers, right?
Boutique.
Boutique. You know, people like Trent and other people who do the buying for these, and on the other side of it, you have people like Tong from NetMag, and to a smaller, lesser extent, the buyers from the big box chains. Like, these are people in a way that are kind of, I'm going to be careful when I say this, but kind of the tastemakers in a way, because they're deciding what's going to be on shelves.
Yeah, so 100% they
you're
are.
Gonna have to, you're going to have to pick from this, right? So whatever the actual people, the streets, or whatever
the streets are saying,
whatever the streets decide is the cool sneaker.
You just got served.
Whatever they, drumline. Whatever the people decide as consumers is the hot shoe. It's Blazers now. It's SBs. Whatever it is, that's partially by the palette that Trent and Tong and other people put
they
out
curate
there
the
for
market.
you guys.
Yeah.
They curate the vibes.
They do curate the vibe. They curate the streets.
The streets.
That should actually go on someone's resume. Curator of the streets.
That should go on a t-shirt.
I think that's
Shoe
that's going to be my
Did
new.
you guys just reveal one of the Shoe Hall t-shirts?
Shoe Hall 3, the third.
The third
Curator
I think
of
I'm
the
going to put that in
streets.
my email signature.
curator. of
Lawrence
the
Hopkins, Canada Got Soul, Curator of the Streets. I like that. Yeah, so after the episode, we'll write down, I think, like a handful of questions, but it'll be up to Philly to get what he needs and make sure the audience is engaged. We trust you.
Oh, man.
We do trust you. But yeah, can you guys think of anything else? Or I think we got some good discussion topics to go off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I, I'm just so excited to
I
hear
don't know
it.
if I don't know if an hour and a bit.
I was gonna say,
would be
man.
enough.
I know that's the we have to though.
be honest.
Like we
There's
need
no
to.
other option.
It needs to be shorter, actually. But yeah, like if we had this, that could be an 11 to 4 thing. Like I could sit there for 5 hours and hear them go at it because it's gonna
5
be
hour. We're
whatever.
switching the
Yeah. We're gonna switch them. The pop-up is now 4 to 5. The panel is
eat
11
all
to
the
4.
ice cream as fast as you can because
Yeah, I'm so excited. For anybody listening, well, we're going to do one more episode, but it'll drop on the day of Shoe Hall. So please come out, come support,
Yeah, man.
come to one of the parts, come to both of them. If you're invited to all the
what if
whatever.
everyone's in the spot with their headphones on, just listening to the episode while you're at the?
Can you imagine?
If they're there and showing support, then I don't care.
I love it.
Yeah.
As long as they show up. Thank you to everyone who supported and or been a part of this podcast. Wherever you're taking in this episode, please leave a comment, review, follow, and or subscribe. We've got a Facebook group that we like to use as a forum, sell stuff, and connect with you guys. That is called CGS Talk. It is at facebook.com/groups/CGS.talk. We've got a website we use for reviews, recaps, stories, and much, 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 much more. That is canadagotsold.ca. If you have any questions or suggestions for any of our segments, like the Soul Poll, Sneakerheading for Dummies, or the Fire Round, shoot us a message or email us at canadagotsoul@gmail.com. Of course, do not forget to use our hashtag CanadaGotSoul on Instagram for a feature I have been Lawrence Hopkins, and you can find me at LDoggyStyles on Instagram. Woof.
I'm Joel Hernandez. You can find me at Joe Dooney, JO_D, 3 O's NEY.
My name is Alvin Quincy, and you can find me at MISTERQ and then Mart.
And our great and honorable minus the honorable guest.
Why you gotta say that every time?
That's your new email
Wow.
signature. Where can they find you?
I just realized I want to ask you guys, not now, but at the shoe hall thingy.
Yeah.
The origin of the nicknames, because some of them I don't have the story of.
We can definitely get into that. We can do that for all. That can be the icebreaker.
It was when you said a wolf, and I was like, doggy. I'm like, where is this from?
We can do that for all 5 of us. We'll do where did the name come from. That's the icebreaker to get into it.
Yeah.
Because all 5 of us have an interesting name. So there you go.
Very cool. My name is Philly, and you can find me online at Soul Purpose.
Thank you for listening to us talk about sneakers for... I did it again. I did it again. I said it at the beginning of the episode, and I did it again.
That's for that. That's
okay,
for the care package. They say,
okay, man.
Like, ooh, this is for you guys. I got you guys.
God damn it. Sorry, Kanye. We're not going to pay you for that snippet. Thank you for listening to us talk about sneakers for 70 whole episodes. Please remember to rock your kicks. This has been True to Size. We've been CGS, and we will see you next week. Peace. Damn, 2 weeks in a row.
You need that Arizona.
You're not yourself when you're feeling thirsty. Drink in Arizona.
Did you buy the Perez
Should get the
and only have 99
This is
cents
what it-
left?